Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Dirty Little Secrets Club. I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is old Brimstone right over here.
Brim, does it feel like the world's kind of getting back to normal a little bit for you now?
Yes and no. Yes and no. So, this past weekend, I did my first Comic-Con back into the real world, and it was very odd, very surreal. It was the first one I did in almost a year. If it would have waited another month, it would have been a full year since the last one that I had done. So It was just mind-boggling considering, I would normally be doing like one a week or one every other week or whatever it is. Funny enough, the foodie events that I do came back before the Comic-Con events.
Well,
Isn't
they're
that
mostly
weird?
outside, right? Like the foodie events?
A lot of them.
That's
I'm
probably
actually
why.
Hosting as of this taping, for this coming weekend, Saturday, I'm going to be doing Wing Fest here on the island. I'm judging, so that's a lot of fun. And as this comes out, it'll be next Tuesday. So you guys have already missed it. However, it's a great event, to do. And
you want to hear my dirty little secret about chicken wings?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, go ahead.
Going to hate me so hard right now. So I
could never hate you so hard. Oh my God, that would be so bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So you love chicken wings.
I love them. I fucking love chicken wings.
Okay.
However, I love the flavor, but I don't like getting sauce everywhere. So I eat my chicken wings with a big roll of paper towels. I take them, I dab the sauce off of them, and then I eat them. So if you're ever eating chicken wings with me, there will be a table full of paper towels that are just lightly soaked in wing sauce.
I don't know how to even handle that.
I know.
And I have no idea how to just Dayna.
I know.
You don't like the sousy stuff. So here's a better way to do it. When you go to these places, and I'm assuming this is what you do when you go out to eat.
Yeah.
Okay. When you do it, request that they put the sauce on the side. So this way you have unsauced wings, and then you can dip them in so you don't have to have too much on it and get your hands and fingers dirty. There you go.
I think it's
you never thought of that, did you?
Because I usually have makeup on my face. And so whenever they're all saucy, it like gets all over my face. And I wipe, and then I have like streaks where there's no makeup because I was wiping off sauce and I wiped off makeup also. So instead I'm like, I de-sauce my chicken wings.
Okay, fair enough. There you go. But like I said, if you get them dry without any sauce on them, and then you could dip them into the sauce. And it's so you don't have to have too much sauce if you don't want. You can just have enough to get the flavor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll always do it for you. You know what I mean? Because I love. I'm a sauce boss. You know that. But I don't like them overly sauced. So sometimes if I go to a place and I know that they drown them in sauce, as much as I do love the sauce, I also want to taste some wing.
Yeah.
So so I'll sometimes ask them, hey, can you just give it to me, dry, and then put the sauces on the side. Mm-hmm. This way you can just sit and dunk and do whatever you need to do. There you go. And also you can take, if it depends on what kind of what you do. Do you like both? You like the wing and the drumstick?
I do. I like both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because with the wings, you could just take them, pop them in half, and then take the meat off and dunk them, or even use a fork and do that.
My husband is impressive with that shit. Like he sticks that whole thing down his fucking face hole and just pulls it out clean. It's so weird to me.
He's peacocking to you. He's like, this is what I can do to you later, lady. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's working. It's hot.
And I'm gonna bring the sauce. That's gonna be homemade sauce. Ew. I don't want to think about that. Oh. What do you call it? Damn it. What do you call it? Yeah, no, but that's crazy. I can't believe you know, it is an issue where a lot of people will put too much sauce on the wings. You don't need too much. You just need a nice light glisten. So this way you've got the flavor. That's it. It's when you got the whole faces saucy and
covered in it.
Yeah. It's the same thing when I do Rib King. I'm going to be judging and hosting for Rib King. That's either next week or the following week. Yeah, no, this weekend is the Wing Fest. Next week I'm doing Rib King. So what do you call it? So I have to go to Staten Island for that one. And that's always a great event. But when you're getting the barbecue ribs, then and I have to eat from each one of the people that are producing. So I have to judge everything. Your face can get a little crazy. Yeah. If you were here, you would have come. I said, Dayna, come with me. I would have had you to getting involved. I would have made them take you as a judge. What do you call it? Yeah, it's so much
goals.
So much fun. You should do that out in San Diego. You should start getting involved in some of those. That would be great. I'm gonna have
to look them up and see how. Just go and beg people, please let me judge.
No, let them know who you are. You're somebody, and I'm sure they would do something. But then again,
don't know who I am?
Listen, I can almost guarantee they'd be like, okay, I'd love to have you, Miss Pereira.
Yeah, I'll just show a little titty. Just show a little cleavage and be like, can I please judge? Yeah.
How you doing? What do you call it? Or host. Let them have you host.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? And you get to sit and eat the wings and and just have a grand old time. See? There you go.
I need to look up some stuff around here because that sounds like a dream come true.
It's about being a personality. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, here, no free ads for usually, but Lucha Libre Taco shop there over by you was one of my favorite places over in San Diego. And I was just I put it on. I go, hey, we're doing the show today, so this works. What do you call it? You guys are out in the what do you call it? The San Diego area. What do you call it? I'm telling you, you got to check out Lucha Libre Taco. It's not this free ad. I'm not what do you call it? Getting paid by them. They're fantastic. And you go there, make sure you take a picture of me on the wall with you and tag me, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Selfie, that would be fun.
Selfie. Anyways, what do you call it? That's crazy. I still can't believe that you get rid of that much sauce though. What do you call with the napkins? I could picture you with the whole big thing of napkins and just like patting them down. Do you do the thing? Do you do the thing with pizza too? Do you get the oil off the pizza?
All the grease. All the grease. Give it to me.
There you go. Makes me nuts. Like every so often, Danielle will take the napkin and start patting off the grease. What do you call it? I'm like, no, just stop. Yeah. And then the other thing that drives me nuts that she does, or she hasn't done as much at 20 years later, but when we first started seeing each other, and what do you call it? We would go out and we'd eat, and we'd go to this place called it was called Frank and Mary's, but we called it the Grease Pit. And basically, because it was a greasy she was at school, she was at SUNY Cortland, and what do you call it? And there was a little place that was in town. It was like a really old school diner. It was tiny guy that did this is how crazy, like down south type place it was. What do you call it? The cook had one arm. Okay. Like he was in there cooking one arm. So we called it the Grease Pit, and it was really cheap and so forth. So every time I would be there to see her, what do you call it? We would go down and we would eat at the Grease Pit because it was, one of our places together. So, while she was at school, and what do you call it? She would, on the burger, she would put a ton of ketchup on the burger. So when you squished it, all the ketchup would drip off. So she would take it and then she'd lick the ketchup off the sides like you're eating an ice cream sandwich, or a flying saucer. And I'm like, stop, you're driving me crazy. I don't know why it just bothered me so much. I was like, stop. No, don't do that.
Because you were jealous of the burger.
Yeah, probably. Not gonna give me that stuff. No, what do you call it? Anyways, so yeah, that was there's my ketchup story of one of the things that drives me crazy. So it would probably be the same thing if you were sitting and desaucing Like, what are you
Probably,
doing,
yeah.
Dayna? What are you doing?
I had to pre-warn you in case we ever get wings whenever we hang out together. But yeah, I had to warn my husband too whenever we went to the restaurant. I'm like, by the way, I do this cute little weird thing where so you have to like set it up for him and call it cute beforehand. So that way it's already in their head. It's like a psyche thing. You're like, I do this adorable, quirky thing where I desauce my wings, and then it's not annoying. He's like, oh, look at you, you adorable weirdo.
Pat.
Yeah.
There we go. Pat on the head. Oh, you're so cute. What the hell's wrong with you? What am I gonna do with you, sweetheart? All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I got you.
That's
Yeah. And
right.
then
He
he's
saw
like,
me licking the chicken wings and my fingers, and then he's like, all right, I know what I'm gonna do with you.
yeah, exactly, you dirty thing. You dirty, and thoughts in your head. Anyways, what do you call it? Before we get started on these wonderful stories, what do you call it? Want to tell everybody the first little rule of Dirty Little Secrets Club?
Yes, guys, whether it's your first time with us here today or you've been with us for the whole ride, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Yes, make sure you do the thing. Make sure you tell everybody about it, because the bigger the club is, the cooler the club is. So what do you call it? I'm very, very excited to get started on these. Do you start or am I starting?
You are kicking us off, my friend.
All right, my love. Here we go. Sometimes I fantasize about getting divorced just so I can have some me time. Capital M-E, by the way. The kids, the husband, the job, the house chores, everything can be exhausting and overwhelming. Did you write this, Dayna? Is this from you?
This is my, no, I'm kidding.
When I'm overwhelmed, this is a lot of the time, I fantasize about having every other weekend to myself. Sounds relaxing, but alas, my husband and I are happy, and I guess I'm just going to be exhausted until the kids grow up. All right.
Preach.
There you go.
Preach.
I got you. I feel you. What do you call it? What can I say? Maybe you shouldn't fantasize about being divorced, because honestly, being divorced, most of the time, the mother's going to get the kids anyway in most situations. And then you're going to have the work of twice the person or three times, because maybe the husband does a tiny little bit of work. But it just means you're going to do all the work.
Maybe before the wife got the kids in most situations. But if you're not fighting for custody, if you're like, no, bitch, it's 50-50, then, then you pretty much get 50-50. And I'm not even going to lie. I have definitely been like, man, wouldn't it be nice to have like, half a week and 2 days every other weekend to myself? Fuck yes, it would. Fuck yes, it would. But
oh, wow. Yeah. But then you'd be doing something with some people, and we'd be missing, your husband and your kids. And,
dude, it's like the double-edged sword, right? Like I go away on vacation by myself, or, whatever, a weekend trip or something. And the whole time I'm like, oh, I miss my kids. I miss my kids so much. Oh my gosh, they would love this. The teenagers would think this was so cool. And then I take my kids on a trip and I'm like, fuck these kids. Why did I bring them? I should have been by my damn self.
I should have left them at home. God damn it. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What do you call it? You didn't do that other trip that you spoke about, right? I'm not saying where or when.
Yeah. No, not yet. That's next month. Yeah.
That's okay. I knew it was coming up. I just wasn't sure if you'd went yet. I was like, no. You look refreshed, but not that refreshed yet. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding with you. You look great.
You look like you got 4 hours of sleep instead of 2 hours of sleep. So.
Danielle sent me a meme this morning, or it was like a video meme-ish type of a thing, where it was like, a girl sleeping on a couch with like lights going off and like a jacket over her, and it said, me in my 20s, with a random person's jacket over me, knowing I'm only getting about 3 to 4 hours of sleep, before work, but I'm fine with it. Totally. And then what do you call it? Like, and then it's another one of the woman, the girl or woman, whatever you want to call her, in a nice bedroom, in the bed, not on a couch, in a bed with like the eye thing on her eye, and, all in pajamas and a nice big comfy bed. And then saying, me getting absolutely no sleep because I feel a crumb somewhere in the, in the thing, and like having miserable sleep and so forth. I was like, yeah, that's you, hon. What do you call it? But craziness, right? Like, when you're younger, you don't need more than a couple hours of sleep. Now, like you go, oh my God, I woke up this morning, I had these big ass bags that I'm feeling like, oh, they're like making weird, like gushy feeling underneath them. It's
Uh-huh.
so odd. I don't know.
Yep. Oh God,
You
the
look
things
great
that
all the
I
time, but
thank
like I wish that men could look as nice as women. You guys,
I
you ladies can just wake up and look great. And even if some women, I'm gonna say it, some women are so freaking fugly, but they use this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be mean, but they use makeup, and they are these gorgeous creatures. It's insane. Makeup is a wonderful thing.
Makeup is a wonderful thing. It's really funny too, because I will wake up in the morning and I will feel gross and I'll like be outside drinking my coffee and my husband will just be like googly eyed, like, you look so pretty right now.
It's
And
true.
I'm not the one that can take compliments so well. So I'm always like,
Right.
shut up.
That's what Danielle does to me too. I'm like, oh, you look beautiful right now. I was like, you look so beautiful. And she's like, I just woke up. I was like, well, you're naturally beautiful. I
Yeah.
love the way you look naturally. You know what I mean? So, but you are the same. You're beautiful with or without makeup. There are some women that, and you know what I'm talking about because you are on the internet. And Danielle will show me some of these things. Like this one woman like has no teeth. She's got, what do you call it?
Oh
Like the things that
yeah.
come, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And she's got like, like her hair is all wonky and like just like her whole, it's just, bleh.
And then she
No
like
offense.
bing bang booms with her magic
Yeah.
makeup wands, and all of
Oh
a
yeah.
sudden she's like
Like glamorous
supermodel
with these
gorgeous.
supermodel teeth. And like, I'm like, holy crap. What the hell? I saw this one woman the other day that literally, I'm not gonna, I shit you not. You ever watch the what do you call it? The movie or the movies. Oh my, I can't believe it just blanked out. That's not good.
That comes with age too.
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. You've seen Lord of the Rings.
I have not seen Lord of the
Oh
Rings.
my Lord. All right. You've seen Goonies, right? You've seen Goonies?
Oh, I've seen the Goonies, yeah.
Okay, so you know Sloth in the Goonies, how
Yeah.
look at his face.
There you
They're
go.
exactly. There's women that look like that. This girl looked like that, just not obviously with the face too messed up. And normal person. She sat and did this makeup thing, and she looked like a supermodel. And I'm going, wow, some people getting lied to nowadays. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Listen,
But
I'm
is
not
it
trying
a
to be
lie?
mean.
Is
It is a
it a lie
lie. It is a lie. It is a
though? No,
lie.
because
Makeup is a lie. It
makeup
is.
is an enhancement. I don't think it's a lie, because it's not like she's putting a mask over her face and saying, oh, this is me. She is still that person when she goes out. Whenever you have her on your arm and you're taking her around to your friends, she
Not
does
me.
look like that. It's not like she made it up.
And then
She
you wake up in the
does.
morning and it's something that she looks like freaking Sloth. No, thank you.
Well, maybe she has a beautiful personality.
It's possible, but both things got to work. They got to work hand in hand. You know what? Listen, don't make me feel bad for saying it. It's true. It is an enhancer, but that's, it enhances natural beauty. You see what I'm saying? If you're, so when you use it, when I feel when Danielle uses it, when Kim from Grindhouse uses it, like certain things, you use it to accentuate and certain things and whatever, and it looks nice. What do you call it? There are some people that, what do you call it? They do everything with the lines, and they change the way their nose looks. They
With the
change the way
contour?
with contour, the way their face looks, everything. So it's not natural. It's all, so that your eyes see something different. It's not a natural beauty. That's not, that's now again, some women who are using it to enhance, they do the contouring also, but not to the level that some of these people do. I mean, look at some of the drag queens who are most of the time very good looking also, which is crazy.
Love
But
me some
what do you
drag
call it?
queens.
But they do all the contouring, and I mean, you look at it and you go, holy crap, that is an incredibly gorgeous woman. You know what I mean? And sure enough, it's a man with a bumpy nose, or this. You go, how the hell did you do that? So makeup, is a lie. When you're going on, if you're on a movie set and they're making you into a creature, they're not accentuating certain things. They're throwing makeup on you to make you look different. That's a
But
lie.
they also do like what are the prosthetics and stuff like that to really make it look insane. I don't know. I disagree.
It's okay. That's
Yeah.
part of the show, is disagreeing.
Yeah.
What do you call it? But like, for me, I've seen so many different things. Can you imagine here? Can you imagine if you were single, going out with a guy, and the
Like a
guy is
dude with a
good looking?
beard.
He looks so good, right? Yeah.
He's
Oh yeah.
smoking with a beard and then he shaves it off and he looks like, you're like, what the fuck happened to your face?
Yeah, like me, I would look like freaking ridiculous.
But
When
I
I
don't think
was
it's a lie. I just think that there's a different, like, it doesn't mean that you're lying about your face. You just,
That's different though. That's different.
how
But
is that different?
imagine you met you say you're single and you met a guy and the guy is smoking hot. Then the next morning he went and he was in the bathroom and he was washing his face. He comes in and he looks like Quasimodo, okay, because he had makeup on. Okay, you'd be like, "What the hell happened? Holy crap! You lied to me. You weren't the guy I was with last night. You were, but you weren't." You see what I'm saying?
Well,
It would
so
be
there is a difference there because dudes don't wear makeup typically. You already know that. What?
they
That's
do. Guys wear makeup. I don't wear makeup. Guys, plenty of guys wear makeup.
if
I'm,
we
I'm
go out to a bar right now, how many? There's no way that you're going to tell me that half of those dudes or more are wearing makeup.
depends on what bars you're going to. What do you call it? When you go into like the Guido bars or certain bars where they're like what the hell's the word for it? Shoot, there's a word for it. Where you're very dressed very prissy and like with like certain I can't remember what it is.
Douche.
Pretty much. I can't remember what the word is for it. My brother is like the blatant excuse for that. Like they sit there and they'll use the eye cream and and blender and stuff like that, and like they put makeup on. They're guys that wear makeup, maybe not to the extent that the women do. I'm not saying that that a lot of people are wearing. Other guys in the metal scene, okay, they wear a guy liner all the time. They wear guy liner to accentuate the eyes and other things. Some of them wear nail polish and stuff like that. So yeah, there are guys that wear it. It's just to what extent. You know what I
See,
mean?
and so my husband and I talk about this all the time.
Metrosexual. Sorry, metrosexual.
Okay.
I had to get it out, Dave, before I forgot it.
No, it's fine. I am the kind of person that like I look at most women. It's really hard for me to look at a woman and not think she's beautiful. It's just how I am from the get-go, whether she's classically beautiful or whatever. I have a really hard time looking at a woman and going, "Ew, you're ugly," because what's
Yes, I'm not trying to be
to
mean.
somebody else. It's
Yes.
like everybody has such different tastes. And for me, it's a lot about a personality. And I think that, for me, I mean, I've been using makeup for many years now, and I have a lot of insecurities about people seeing me without my makeup. In fact, I started forcing myself to post pictures of myself without makeup because I didn't want to feel like I was only beautiful with makeup. You know what I mean?
Mhm. I feel you. But again, and again, yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Absolutely. And I'm not saying I'm obviously for those of you paying attention, for the show, I'm saying, oh, and this, and she looks like a piece. That's not how I am normally. I'm bringing it up for the show. So, but that being said, I don't want to get canceled for something ridiculous that I'm joking around about. But what do you call it? But the fact is that, what do you call it? In terms of, when you're looking at somebody else, I'm not saying I'm trying to put somebody down like that. I'm just saying, like, you do you, boo boo. That's great. But it's like it's catfishing. You know what I mean? It's catfishing. It's like saying you're something that you're not.
See,
when you're
that's where
doing
I
stuff like
disagree
that.
because they are. Just because they can put makeup on and look a certain way, I still think it's them. That is what they're
On the inside, not on the outside. And that's great if you've got somebody that understands and appreciates that. But many people are very shallow and they don't appreciate that. You know what I mean?
okay.
You follow me on that? We could agree to disagree on it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I
And
think
by
we're
the
gonna
way,
have to agree to disagree on this one.
can you
I
see
mean,
where I'm coming from a little bit?
I understand where you're coming from. I just don't agree. That's all.
Okay, Dayna. Love you though. All right,
love
you
you
go
too.
next.
All right. This one says, I drive an Uber for a living. I had a
Uber.
passenger in the car that said she hadn't been late in a long time. And I
Oh.
jokingly said I could help her with that problem. She gave me her number, and later that night, I picked her up from her dinner and took her to her house and made good on my promise. Does that mean I got paid for sex? Not sure.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. All
It's
right.
like the start of a porn, right? Like, don't they have like taxi driver porn? Wasn't there a show on like HBO or something?
Yep. Taxi Cab Confessions.
Oh,
That
that's
was a
what it
great show.
was.
That was a great show.
Yes.
Yeah, that was on HBO. I think they brought that back not too long ago, also for a hot minute. Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, listen, I guess, first of all, no, you didn't get paid to have sex, because
You
you
got
went
paid
after
for a
hours.
ride,
You
but not that ride.
Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess she worked stick shift. Uh, so yeah, okay. All right. So that's cool. Now, I mean, how ethical is that? Out of curiosity, what do you think? Because technically you're doing a job, you're supposed to be professional if you're doing like Uber or any of those other different apps that you use for that, or a
Uh-huh.
taxi driver. I mean, like picking someone up and first of all, saying something like that, even if you said it jokingly, is kind of out of line. But then again, she did say it in general. "Oh, I haven't been late in a long time." Where did that conversation start? You know what
You
I
know
mean?
what? I do feel like that there's like energy between people sometimes that you can feel it going a certain way.
Right.
So maybe that kind of played into it. However, there's like a whole big thing with like Uber drivers and sexual assault and stuff like that. Like you might want to like maybe just be careful there. You never
Yeah.
know what's going to
Yeah.
happen, especially if she was drinking at dinner and like, oh, that I would just be, cautious in that
Yeah.
arena. But hell, if it was like she was sober and it was consensual and it was then great. Go for a roll in the hay.
Apparently it happened later on that night, and it wasn't when they were doing the Ubering. However, I mean, going from Ubering to boobering is, I guess, not a bad thing. It's not a bad gig. Is that how you normally get your sex? That normally how you get your
It's
ladies? I
like the
don't know.
pizza delivery guy, right? Like same
Yeah.
concept. You provide a service, and then you reap the benefits of that service.
Was he are you a good looking guy? I mean, or you just got lucky because she was, just like feeling a little itchy. I don't know.
Yeah. And is this like a one-time thing, or is this have you been back again since then, Uber driver? Have you been back?
Have you revisited the shop? We need to
Are
know.
you in her bushes staring through her window right now?
Did you get some sushi today, yesterday, and last week? I need to know.
We have questions, Uber driver.
We do.
We have
We do.
questions.
Yes, we do. And and most of them are gonna lead back to so did you get some again and again and again?
Uh-huh.
Just like the guy who was trying to get with his mother's friends, right?
Yep.
We still haven't heard back from that fool.
We
I want to
haven't.
know what's going on with that fool. He
Yeah.
probably struck out.
He's too embarrassed to write back in.
Yeah, you're too embarrassed. Get some cojones and write back to us, you fool. I want to know more. I want to know
Yes.
more.
Tell
Jesus
us the older woman said, "You're too immature," and she dumped you.
Yeah, it could be. And then you already screwed up because you can't go and meet the, what do you call it, get with the other ones because they were all chit-chatting together. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. He can never show his face again.
That's
it.
That's
man,
it.
He moved. He skipped town.
And then his mom's probably like, "Oh, so tell me about the young guy you've been fucking," and like, "Oh boy, let me tell you, Mildred. All right."
He's the guy that's in Romania listening to us and keeping us on the charts over there.
We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Keep listening. What do you call it? We're just gonna tease you a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
Gotta tease just a little bit. All right. So we should move right along, right?
Yeah.
All right. The next one says, "I do not want kids. When I met my now wife, I told her I did not want kids. She agreed and said she didn't want them either. Now we're married and have a great life, but she has been talking about maybe having kids. She gets mad at me when I tell her I'm not interested in having any. Now I'm afraid she's going to try and trap me into having kids. So I scheduled an appointment to get a vasectomy. Vasectomy. That's a
Vasectomy.
devilish, evil word. I hate that word. I told him, go, yeah, no freaking way. Anyway, she is really mad. This might actually end up ending my marriage. I'm mostly frustrated because she's known from the beginning that I never had plans on having kids. Well, all right, that's it. Yeah.
That's rough, man.
At different stages in people's life, maybe she agreed when she was younger, but her biological clock is ticking, and
Tick
it is
tock,
about that
tick
time.
tock.
Yeah, and she wants to pop out some children, even one. You know what? You gotta, if you want your marriage to continue, I suggest making a choice on whether you're going to concede and do this. If you get a vasectomy, that is a scummy thing to do, especially
Why?
if she's
That's
looking to have
no,
kids.
I disagree. That he told her from the get-go that he didn't want kids. She went into
No.
a marriage knowing that this was going to be a childless. Why is he
Well,
supposed
things
to change
changed,
his
eh?
mind? It might
Things
have changed for her.
change.
It doesn't mean it changed for him.
Then he's gonna have to leave his marriage, because
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. So getting a vasectomy, you know what I mean?
Well, that's for him.
No. Follow me on this. The reason behind him getting the vasectomy is because he's just going to keep pumping out loads of nothing. You see what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I don't. From the way it sounds, is he's not telling her he's getting a vasectomy,
No,
which
he
means they're
said
going to
in
keep
here
going.
that
But
she's mad about the vasectomy.
I'm
He
afraid she's going
scheduled a
to.
vasectomy and she's really mad.
Okay, so maybe. Okay, so he did say, listen, if I was her, I'd be like, all right, well, this is, maybe this is what I signed up for, but at the end of the day, this is a deal breaker. So if you don't want to have children with me, then she's gonna leave.
Then of course that's her decision. So if she's like,
I
okay,
agree.
I want kids and you don't, then they have to go their separate ways. But I don't think that it's fair for him to have to do something that he has been saying from day one that he doesn't want, that she
I,
knew from the
I
get
agree.
go.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. However, again, people change over the years.
Hmm.
People change their mind about things, and as a
Yeah. Look at
married
George
couple,
Clooney.
as a married couple, okay, what do you call it? There's, if something like this comes up, this is a conversation that you really need to have on a serious note,
Yeah.
because if she still wants to have kids after that conversation and you absolutely positively are not willing to, at the end of the day, then you're going to need to, if she can't deal with it and you can't deal with it, you're going to wind up separating.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so if you're okay with separating from somebody that you believe you love, because if you, in my opinion, if you truly loved her, and you might disagree with me, if you truly loved her and she changed her mind, you would consider it and actually give it consideration, not be like, well, fuck you. This is from what I thought from the beginning. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's
There's
there's pull and
There's a
tug
lot
with
of
every
reasons
relationship.
though. There's a lot of reasons people don't want to have kids, whether they have mental illness in the family, maybe they were trauma that they had
Okay.
whenever they were kids. And I mean, I know a lot of people that do not want kids. I have a couple of girlfriends that are like, fuck that, I don't want kids ever. My own
Right.
son told me I might not give you grandkids. And I was like, okay, cool, boo, do whatever you want. That's your life. Like there's so many reasons behind it. And
Yeah.
so I definitely think though that you have to realize that if you do not want kids and she does want kids, that you're going to have to let her go and let her, do what makes her happy, just as you are doing what makes you happy.
Right. And that's what it comes down to. So when I say, what I'm saying is if you want to keep your wife, you're either going to have to make that decision on
Uh-huh.
saying,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to have a kid, or, and again, the way I thought, the way I read it was that he was getting a vasectomy and she had no idea,
Yeah.
or did he get a vasectomy and then she found out and got mad? You know what I mean? Like, you see
I
what I'm
think
saying?
it
Like,
said scheduled.
yeah.
So,
So for me, I read it wrong. And what do you call? But regardless, it's kind of like well, there's no way I'm having it. End of story. F you. I'm getting a vasectomy, so there's no chance of you winning. You know what I mean? And that to me is a power go fuck yourself move instead of a conversation.
but he's fearful that she's going to that she's going to get pregnant on purpose. Then I can understand where he's protecting himself.
Okay, but then if you feel trapped in your marriage, you shouldn't be in your marriage.
I agree 100%.
So
If you're afraid
so
that that's going to happen, then yeah, you should probably let her go. It doesn't sound like it's
right.
a good fit. People change and grow apart over time, and it's okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at it in a in a the manner of, all right, you're in a loving relationship, you care about each other. But using these power words like trapping me, and you know what I mean, and just, like that to me is like, okay, well, maybe, yeah, if you love her, you wouldn't be like, well, she's trying to trap me, or who knows? I don't know. I'm no professional when it comes to that stuff, but I do know that, it's about give and take in a marriage. What do you call it? Danielle and I have been with each other for 20 years. I had
Hmm.
2 children prior, which are pretty much like her own. She's raised them since they were little. What do you call it? As mom, even though my ex is still somewhat in the picture, she, it is just like you had with your
Yeah.
your ex and so forth. And we have, our one child together, and she's like, that's it. We're not having any more kids. Now,
Hmm.
I wanted 5, 6 kids. That's what I wanted. That was my deal breaker when I was younger. I
Hmm.
still want another baby, and she won't have it. I still work on her a little bit here and there, but it's getting towards the point where it's not going to happen.
Right.
She's like, what do you call it? And you know, uh, it's like, okay, well, if is that a deal breaker for me? And I don't know. I've said numerous times, I really want more kids. But now I'm getting a little bit older from the last couple of years that we argued over it. And I'm like, oh, it is what it is. The kids are, they're not in the way, but maybe, if things would be a little different when the kids get a little bit older, and then, her and I have a little bit more time for us time, and be able to get back to, the time that we had prior to kids. But
Right.
for me, you know what I mean? Like if at the beginning of a relationship, I was like, yeah, I'm okay not having kids. And then I changed my mind, and I want a kid. I'm not staying with somebody who's not gonna, not want to give me
Of
that
course,
child.
and that's your right. That's it,
Yeah,
just as it's, his right to say, I told you I didn't want kids, I still don't want kids. So
right.
he's allowed to have his thing and she's allowed to have her thing. And if it doesn't work out together, then it doesn't work out together. They just have to be respectful and let each other go to move on to what they want to do.
Crazy
Mhm.
enough. And it's on, and I know we're cramping on time, but let me get through this. So what do you call it? So a good one of my best friends, him and his wife, who've been together for a little past 20 years. But I've known him for many, like I said, one of my dearest friends. And she never wanted kids.
Uh-huh.
She said, I don't want kids, and blah blah blah. He always wanted kids, but understood she didn't want kids. But he's like, he convinced himself, all right, fine, all right, we won't have kids. Finally, he said, you know what? His father passed away, and he's like, I I I want a kid. I want children. I want to pass the name. I want to have some, another part of me moving on about.
Mhm.
And what do you call it? And then she felt, at that point, she still didn't want to have kids, but she decided, okay, well, I'll do it. And they wound up getting pregnant, and she was in her 30s, so it
Mhm.
was harder, in your 30s, to have the baby, or late 30s, I believe. Oy.
Mhm.
So, or maybe it was early 40s. Anyway, it is what it is. Maybe it was early 40s having the baby. That was what it is, because she was older on the spectrum,
Uh-huh.
and so she did it. She had it, and what do you call it? She, the whole time, I didn't even want to have this kid. I don't want to, like, I didn't want to have a baby. I love her. She's mine, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't help. He doesn't do, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's become like, it's like a big thing. They're still together. Everything's fine and so forth. But like the resentment is there.
It
You know what I
causes
mean?
resentment for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like I said, to go back to, the story at hand, if you don't want to have kids and she does want to have kids, she's going to resent you if you don't have the kids, and you're going to resent her if you do
If she
have the
does,
kids.
yeah, for
So
sure.
at the end of the day, you might want to reevaluate your relationship, because I don't think it's fair for either side to not
To
get what you want in that
compromise on what they
situation.
want for sure.
So I
100%.
think you need to have a serious conversation about what your future is going to hold. Is
Yeah.
that fair?
Yep,
Is that
absolutely.
okay? There we
Yeah.
go. Next.
On to a funner one. This one says, my husband loves when I masturbate in public and send him
Hooah.
videos.
Nice.
One time I was in the sauna and I was playing with myself and taking a video for my husband, and some guy walked in and said, mind if I join you?
Oh,
I was
Lord.
so embarrassed, and it totally ruined the video because now it had that guy's voice on it.
Oh, Lord. What do you call it? So did he say, mind if I join you? Meaning, can he help you masturbate?
Masturbate. I'm
Or,
assuming that is he probably walked in, got super uncomfortable because this girl's like upside down with her phone trying to take a VAD shot while she's masturbating. And he just like blurts out like, "Oh, ha ha ha, mind if I join you?"
oh my Lord. She didn't say anything further in here, like what happened with that guy, or did she tell him to go fuck yourself, or was she like going, okay,
She doesn't
like,
want her husband to know that she was like, "Yeah, sure. Come
oh
on
my
in."
Lord. Come on in. The water's great. What do you call it? I don't know. Yeah. So I think it's great that you guys are, have a little fun stuff sending
Uh-huh.
back and forth.
Uh-huh.
That's fun. I think that's always good. It's good for a relationship also to get some, keep the heat going, you know what I mean, in the kitchen.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Keep the lights on for me. And what do you call it? But at the end of the day, if it's in a situation where now this guy just walked in and that was like an invasion of your personal privacy, that kind of bothers me a little bit. But
I mean, it sounds like a public sauna.
it was her own fault.
That's her own fault.
It's her
Yeah.
own fault.
If you're going to masturbate in public, you have to factor in the risk of getting caught.
Yeah, it is true. It's very true. And again, like I said, it's okay if you're gonna do stuff. And here's the other thing: the in public stuff. People, I appreciate when you go and do the in public stuff. At least this was in like in a sauna, which is enclosed.
Right.
You need to be conscious of the things and your surroundings, because there are kids that are out and about and they don't need to
Uh-huh.
see things like that. And I don't want to sound like Debbie Downer over here. That's not my intention. I think that if it's an enclosed area or something that people can't by mistake see anything that's going on, in terms of especially something like that where you're obviously in the open and things can be seen. Children
Uh-huh.
don't need to see that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Children shouldn't see that, and it could get you into a lot of trouble. So that
Sure
being
can.
said,
Just
why
mark
don't
that
what
sex offender box.
exactly, why don't you just maybe like the sauna, I could see that, but look, depending on where you are, kids can walk in there too, you know what I mean? So just be conscious. If you're going to do stuff in public, please be conscious, be smart about it. Don't
Yeah.
be irresponsible. Does that make sense?
Totally. And
Okay.
nowadays, there's so many apps where you can just like put a background behind you. You can just make it look like you're at a fucking
Yeah.
park. Okay.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Don't mind that kid in the background. He's been throwing a ball for the last 20 minutes
Yeah.
and hasn't gotten out of his hand. He's just a little special. Don't worry about him.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
dog holding the frisbee in the air is floating there. It's okay. The UFO grabbed him. It's
Yeah.
there. It's just, don't worry about that. Um, I listen, man. I think it's nice to keep a little spice in the relationship. And what do you call it? Yeah, I like the fact that this fucking guy ruined the video because he came in and said something. But
Yeah.
again, I mean, he could have said, "Mind if I join you?" Meaning he was just coming in and he didn't see what was going
To the
on.
sauna.
Right,
Yeah.
to the sauna, or what do you call it? He saw it and was like, "Hey, let me get involved here." Like think he
Uh-huh.
was going to get lucky. And in that, like, what would you do if you were in that position and somebody walked in on you and said that to you? What would you do? Would you
Um,
crack him in the nuts?
well, I wouldn't be in that position. No, I wouldn't, but it would have been my
Like
fault.
upside down with the
Yeah,
thing?
it would have been my fault. Actually, I was just on a walk the other day. Oh gosh, I posted about this yesterday. I was on a walk yesterday and I had really tight yoga pants on and I was going down this big hill and my yoga pants rode up and I had a little bit of a front wedgie. And
A
so
little camel, huh?
a little bit camel toe.
Little camel.
And so I looked down the road ahead of me to see if there were any cars coming and there weren't. So I just like reached down and fucking released the camel toe. And then I like glance up and my neighbor is across the fucking street waving at me. And I was like, oh, fuck. Now I have
Male
to
or
move.
female?
It's a male. It was a male.
Oh, even worse. Even
Yep.
worse. Hi, pretty lady. I see you.
Yes, as I was
smell your finger.
vigorously releasing the
Lord.
bear trap yoga pants from my vagina.
Oh, my Lord. My Lord. Isn't there's a thing. I think there's a product on the market that is like a shield that you could put into your panties to make it so that you don't get camel toe.
I have never heard of that. That is so
I'm
funny.
pretty sure. And if there isn't, there should be, and we should create it.
Yes.
Because I guarantee you
on that.
it would probably sell like the Dickens. There's gotta be something. I'm pretty sure I saw something like that.
That's so funny.
And our slogan, this is our slogan, that, by the way, people, this is trademarked, it's on air, so it's here. Say no to camel toe. There we go. Right? Tell me that one works.
I like it.
Say no to camel toe or moose knuckle. What about the moose knuckles? You know what I mean?
Well, I think camel toe is more fancy than moose knuckle.
Well, you know what a moose knuckle is, right?
Yes. Yeah. But I just think that camel toe sounds better.
Yeah. Oh, somebody actually used the thing. I'm so mad.
Oh,
what do you call it? Somebody said say no to camel toe. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm stealing it anyway.
Yeah. They don't have it on air.
I was like so excited. I was like, we just came up with this awesome thing. No, but it's on like something that was written in like Redbubble, and Women Health Magazine, stuff like that. It's not a product per se. Oh, but it is leggings. Very interesting, expensive leggings. $52.61 for those leggings. Holy
I'd
crap!
pay for them.
Just
so I didn't have to move. Cheaper than moving away from my neighbor who catches me pulling out my camel toe.
Oh my Lord. You know what the name of the person that makes these, the company?
What?
Mitten the Kitten.
Oh, okay.
Mitten the Kitten. Very interesting. No free ads. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I don't know, but it's not what I think it is. This is just, these are leggings.
Yeah.
There's got to be there's got to be an insert. We are going to create an insert. Insert. Oh my Lord, insert for camel toe. There we go. Camel toe concealer. There we go.
Okay.
I'm there. I am correct. What do you call it? It's called camel toe concealer. Avoid camel toe cover, foam inserts, self-adhesive layers. There you go. Jesus Christ, you can get actually in Amazon.
Man.
This one's called a Cucini camel toe pad. I snorted. Oh my God. How do you stop a camel toe in activewear? How to prevent
sounds like
camel
a
toe
knock joke.
when wearing
the
yoga
camel
pants?
toe cross the road?
By seeing its neighbor waving at them. Let's see. 1, wear leggings made with flat front panels. 2, wearing a panty liner in your underwear. 3, size up in your activewear bottoms. 4, wearing leggings built with a liner. 5, wear leggings with a gusset. 6, avoid camel toe prone fabrics. And 7, wear thick fabrics. Wow. Okay.
Very interesting. For the camel toe advice.
There you go. Cucini camel toe pads.
Where did you find that? What website is that?
Those were from schmiggy.com. But but the other stuff, the stuff, so any ladies that want to conceal your hoo-ha, it sold on Amazon.
Awesome.
Camel toe concealer, it's on Amazon. So I mean, and then there's Risque is the name of this. It's called Risque Covers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that's hilarious because this, if there wasn't something, I would have literally put that into action.
We would have been in action for sure.
You know how much money we could have made with that? Oh my Lord.
I'm so sad we didn't think of that first.
Yeah, super savvy. That's smart.
Yeah,
then there's another one. Underwear. Oh, this is for underwear transgender body. So this way you can look. Yeah, okay. It's body shape stuff. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting out of this.
I feel like that was the perfect one to end on. That was a good one.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to save the other one for another time then.
We will save it for next week. Yeah.
Sounds good. Guys, it's the end of the show. Old Brim talked way too much this time. But it's okay. It's okay. You see, you guys can see Dayna and I don't always agree, and it's okay. Just like in the world today, we don't have to agree on everything. You just have to love
each other
and respect each other. That's all. I respect what you say, you respect what I say, and then we have a happy, loving relationship. That being said, rate, review, subscribe. We appreciate it. 5-star reviews only. Do you want to let everybody know, where they can find us? Also, the E-Network. Make sure you pop that.
Oh, yeah, sure. So the E-Network is at theenetwork.com. We are just doing our second round of the interview series, which I'm really excited about. New questions, new stuff going on there. I have a couple of videos coming out with a casting director, which I'm super excited about also. And again, that's at theenetwork.com, or on Instagram, it's the Entertainers Network. And if you want to submit a dirty little secret to us that we will read on air during our shows, then you can go to the dirtylittlesecretsclub.com, and there's just like a little box right there. You just go ahead, submit it. It's anonymous, and we get it and we put them on the show.
And guys, listen, I know she said it's a box and it's anonymous. Okay. It's not like when you're walking into one of the glory holes. Okay.
It's not a glory hole.
It's not a glory hole. Don't get excited. Don't think you're going to get over there and see Dayna somewhere or no, that's not happening. Please understand, it is a place where you can click on a little box on the screen. And that will allow you to put in a dirty little secret anonymously. So this way we don't necessarily know who's sending that secret. So please do it. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. And as Dayna would always say, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everybody about the Dirty Little Secrets Club. Did I say it okay?
You did. You nailed it.
There we go. Take us out, kid.
All right, guys. We will see you next week.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.